Aloha. This is the location that I have chosen for my farming practices. I am on the island of Kauai, in the district of Puna, in the Ahupua'a of Wailua, in the mountainous region. So it's actually the Wailua Uka region. And I am adjacent, if not in, I believe what is to be the ili of Ka'ipuha'a. Ka'ipuha'a is referenced in the chant Kunihi Kamauna, and I was told that it was an area of food production, so I guess I picked a good spot. I've been here for about 2 years. Just recently we had a major flood and the river was redirected across Ma'aina, so it looks very different now than it did 2 weeks ago. But in talking about location, I think this is a wonderful example. It is an extreme example, and I understand that, but it is going to be a wonderful place to learn about growing soil. So this is where I'm at. This is on the North Fork of the Wailua River. Nani Loa, so beautiful, so beautiful. Lots of rocks. So, in picking a location, as you can tell, there's a lot of sun right here. There are no trees. There used to be some large albesias on an island in the river, which has been taken out, which is gone. But they did provide a little bit of shade, but now that it's gone, there's full sunlight in this area. I have an abundance of rock, as well as sand, which is a great soil amendment depending on what you're starting with. What I don't have is organic, rich soil. I got sandy soil, but the sand has very few nutrients in it and organic matter. However, I do have a hau forest, hau bush. How such an important plant, so important that my ancestors, the Aboriginal people of these lands, brought it with them. And today we don't really use the hau, but and is probably the reason why it gets so overgrown and is a headache to most landowners. But what I'm starting to realize is that the hau is an amazing plant if you're talking about malama in the aina, growing healthy food and building soil. In my experiences, when I travel into a hau forest, the underside of this, underneath the hau bush, hau tangle, the soil is always extremely rich, teeming with earthworms, mycelium, fungal activity, bugs. It's very dark in color, and it almost in some locations is probably too nutrient rich. But one of the reasons I believe for this is that the wood of the hau tree is a soft wood. It's a very light wood, but it is also durable, which is kind of an interesting mixture. And what we have is, this is actually, here's a piece of hau down here. The wood breaks down into this real nice, composty, flaky material that works really good for feeding bugs. And then you also have the leaves. They're dropping on the ground. So underneath the hau forest, you have the leaves, the woods falling down and breaking down in a dark environment because the canopy just gets so tangled and gnarled. It creates that perfect environment for microbial activity, and they go to work and they start breaking it down. When you're composting, the recipe 2 parts brown or woody to 1 part green. So you got your green leaves dropping, you got your branches breaking, falling down. You got everything you need there to create some real healthy compost. So I am going to be clearing sections of this Howe forest to open up areas to planting and accessing the nutrient-rich soil that's underneath these Howe forests. And I'm going to be using what I cut and clear inside raised rock beds and allowing the cleared material to compost inside those beds, hopefully feeding the worms and letting the worms break it down. And that'll provide me with worm castings. So that'll be another soil amendment to help promote healthy plants and grow some onomeai, or delicious food, here on this Aina, that which feeds us.